Lazevo likes to talk about life while he's shooting people in the face. Lazevo.
What is going on, everybody? It's Lazevo here, and it's time to talk about life while I shoot people in the face, or while you're watching me shoot people in the face. That's what I do. So I've been thinking about something lately, and I've kind of been thinking. I've always had this thought my whole life. I've thought that I kind of have a gift, and I think we all have different gifts, right? Everybody has something that they're good at, or something that comes naturally to them. And one of the things I've always said about my life is that I have a gift where people open up to me and tell me like the deepest parts of their life, like right away. You know, I don't have to know somebody very long for them to tell me crazy things. Like, I remember I met a guy through, it was a friend of a friend. First time I ever met this guy, we ended up going to a Pistons game. Like, we were in the suite. It was kind of a work thing. And we were in the suite, and the guy was telling me all kinds of stuff. Like, first night I met him, he's telling me how he's struggling with his wife and how, you know, he's like, first he started off kind of braggingly, like talking about how he likes to go to the strip club and, like, you know, hook up with these strippers and whatever. And then that kind of spilled over into really what was behind that, which was that he was, you know, hurting at home, struggling with his marriage, and didn't know what to do. And like towards the end of the night, maybe it was the alcohol talking, but he really started opening up to me. And I remember coming home that night and just thinking, there's another example of like somebody that I just meet and they're opening up to me like right away. Like, you know, another good example, I met a guy in an airport one time, and same thing. He started spitting out how he worked on an oil rig, and he got laid off. And I mean, just like he's going into deep details of his life, stuff that's not like casual, like how's the weather conversation. And it's something that's happened to me my whole life. And sometimes I think I should have been a therapist or something, just because, not because I'm good at giving advice, but because people tell me things. And people, I don't know if I'm good at listening. I always try to figure out like why that would be the case. And I kind of heard something this week that made me kind of open my eyes to what might be behind it or what's going on. One of the things is I'm a really transparent guy, and which means whatever is going on with me, I don't have like a barrier of like I only talk about this with certain people and I don't talk about this with other people. Like, whatever's going on in my life, like when I was going through my divorce, I tried to be as open and upfront as possible. I'm not one of those guys that's concerned about my image so much that I'm going to hold that back, you know, and say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that." And so I think what I found is, and what I heard this person speak on, was that like when you open up and share of yourself, it's almost like it's reflected back to you on the other person. So like whoever you're talking to is like picks up on that oh, he's going to that level, I think I'm going to turn it up a notch, you know. Now I feel more comfortable talking about my issues because, you know, I've already heard him talk about some deep stuff with him. And, you know, that, I don't know, to me that's a good way to get into deep, like real conversations. I'm not a small talk guy, you know. I hate the chit chat. Like, I hate getting in an elevator at work and the guys there are like, "Hey, how's the weather out there? You know, is it cold enough for you?" Like all that stuff. Like, you know, did you see the Tigers game yesterday? Like, I mean, all that stuff's great, but it's just there's no substance behind that conversation. Like, I'm just not one for that small talk, chitty chat stuff. Like, I don't know. I like deeper relationships than that. So it's just a natural thing for me to do. I take it to that level naturally. And I think what I found is that when you do that, people are going to respond and go to that level and reflect it back to you, which is a great way to me, it's the best way to have your relationships. I would challenge everybody out there to like not hold back. Like, the things that have gone on in your life, however painful and hurtful and things, I really believe they happen for a reason. And one of the biggest reasons is to help other people. Like, I feel like with my divorce, a great example, I had a buddy call me Saturday, tell me him and his wife are struggling, and you know that's a hard thing to open up about, even to your closest friends, right? And I was his first phone call. He knows I've just been through it. I've been open about what I was going through, you know, and I feel like there's a reason for everything. So no matter what you're going through, just keep in mind that if you are open and transparent about it, you may be able to help somebody else out there that's going through something in their life. Maybe it's similar, maybe it's not, but either way, the idea is that you open up your heart to somebody, they will reflect that back to you. So you can keep your relationships as surface level as you want, but you know, to me, that's just not the right way to do it. It's not the deepest. That's not how you get to the deep level of you know, where you want to be with people. And so take the time and the effort to like have uncomfortable conversations. Don't be afraid or ashamed of what you've been through or what's hurt you. You know, the talk that I was listening to that generated this whole thought was called "Show Your Scars," and he's basically saying, you know, he wasn't talking about the scars that you can see on someone's body, because those don't hurt anymore, right? And what he was talking about is the deep emotional stuff, and it really made me reflect on this gift that I have. And I really call it a gift because it comes easy for me, and I don't think it comes easy for everyone. So it might be more of a challenge for you guys, but I really would push you guys to try to really open up to people. And you know, and I'm not saying avoid the small talk, but like, don't let that be the end of the conversation. You know, really get to know people and find out what's going on in their life. And the best way to do that is to share everything about yours and just watch what happens. So that's what I've learned about my gift. I don't know if you guys have any kind of gifts in your life or whatever, but you know, if you think you're good at something, you know, tell me about it. Leave it in the comments or make a video response or something. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say too, because you know, you guys are getting to know me, and hey, I want to get to know you guys, as many of you as I can, you know. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and you know, that's it. That's more talking about life with me. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later.